It's midnight in Ramadi, where tens of thousands of people are fleeing ISIS fighters as the Iraqi army mounts a campaign to retake the city.
It's 4 a.m. in Thailand, where CNN went along with a boat crew trying to save desperate migrants stranded in Southeast Asian waters.
And it's 4 p.m. in Colombia, where a landslide has devastated one city and killed nearly 50 people. Hello, I'm Lynda Kinkade.
Hello, everybody. I'm Vause. This is CNN Today. Iraqi forces and Sunni tribesmen are setting up defensive lines to push back ISIS one day after militants captured the strategically important city of Ramadi.
Thousands of Iranian-backed militia are at a nearby base gearing up to join the fight as the extremists continue to advance east of Ramadi, the capital of Anbar province.
Meantime, the US-led coalition is offering support from the air, striking ISIS targets. Taking control of Ramadi puts ISIS a step closer to Iraq's capital, Baghdad. This map shows how the key city is just a little more than 100 kilometres away.
Also on Monday, ISIS released new images showing inmates being set free from a Ramadi prison, although the militant group didn't say exactly how many.
Let's get more now on the situation in Iraq. CNN intelligence and security analyst Bob Baer joins us now via Skype. He is in California. Bob, good to speak with you. How long are we going to continue with this fiction that the Iraqi military is actually of any use? Because at the end of the day, it seems that dog won't hunt.
John, you're absolutely right. There is no Iraqi military to speak of. You've got the Shia militias. They are the ones that primarily were used to take Kinkade a couple months ago. There was no chance of the Iraqi military holding on to Ramadi. In fact, Ramadi was probably 80% held by ISIS for the last couple months. And it was just a matter of taking over the government centers and the military operations command, which they did very easily. Now they're moving, as I understand, on other parts in that area along the Euphrates, of Fallujah for one. There is no Iraqi army. But if they take those Shia militias, which are known as Hashda Shabi, and move them into Ramadi to retake the town, that will be a catastrophe. The Iraqi government, the Shia militias will absolutely have to flatten that town, and it will ignite a sectarian conflict in Iraq like we've never seen.
We know that US airstrikes have intensified in the last 72 hours. There's been some 19 airstrikes, but we hear from our correspondents at the White House that the US is playing down the fact that Ramadi has fallen to ISIS. Why do you think that is?
I think it's for the American political population who are looking at this as saying, what are we doing about the Islamic State? It seems to be, we have to appear to be doing something. The airstrikes, I imagine, are doing some damage, but clearly, if you look at the ISIS moving in Syria, and it is against Homs, against Palmyra, they are on the move. They are on an offensive, and air power is not doing it. And as we just said, nor is the Iraqi army. And the Syrian army doesn't seem to be doing too well either. So this organization is by no means on its back leg.
Bob, you say they're on the move, that they're on the offensive, and it certainly appears that way. We're looking at the map of the amount of territory which they now control, and it is substantial. And we've talked about this before, as they inch closer to Baghdad. Could Baghdad be under any real threat here?
I don't think Baghdad is. I think the Grand Ayatollah Sistani in Iraq has called for a jihad against the Islamic State. What that means, in effect, is hold Baghdad, hold the south, protect the Shia areas. But the areas that are completely Sunni, like Al-Anbar province and Ramadi, I just don't see that the Shia have the will to fight and take those areas. I think at the end of the day, what we have to consider is that Iraq is gone as a state. And what we should do now is be looking at a political solution rather than Baghdad trying to reestablish borders that no longer count.
So no plans now of ever really taking Mosul anytime soon, right?
Oh, that was always crazy. They cannot march up the Euphrates. The Islamic State is too strong. The Sunni are too opposed to it. And if they do use the Shia militias, you're going to see the Sunni rally across western Iraq to fight the government.
We will be watching it closely. Bob Baer, thanks as always for joining us. We always appreciate your analysis. Thank you.